7 decades ago, a young African-American U.S. Army Air Forces soldier, First Lieutenant Bob Friend, flew bomber escort duty over Germany as part of the 332nd Fighter Group, also known as the Tuskegee Airmen. The name Tuskegee Airmen was given to the all-black fighter and bomber pilots and ground crew who trained at Tuskegee Army Airfield and fought during World War II in the European theater. Bob Friend was in the 332nd from 1942 to 1945. What makes the Tuskegee Airmen unique is that the armed forces were still segregated at the time, as was much of the country, and the notion of having black fighter pilots was unheard of. Most African Americans who served did so in supporting units, not in frontline roles.
There was one general in the Air Force, he says, "Nobody is going to use my Air Force to further their race." We look back and laugh at it now, but at the time it was a pretty serious thing. And they asked me, "What does your boss like to be called? Black, Afro-American, colored?" I told him he doesn't really care what I call him as long as I say sir.
Lieutenant Colonel Bob Friend is the oldest surviving Tuskegee Airman. Colonel Friend flew 142 combat missions over Europe during World War II. The group deployed to Italy in early 1944. In June 1944, the group began flying heavy bomber escort missions. When the pilots painted the tails of their aircraft red, the nickname Red Tails was coined. The Tuskegee Airmen included pilots, radio operators, navigators, bombardiers, aircraft maintenance, support staff, instructors, and all the personnel who kept the planes in the air.
And I wanted to be clearly understood. The organization had around 1,300 people. So all those other guys were there to make sure that airplane got in the air.
Virtually all black military pilots during World War II received their primary flight training at Moton Field, and then their basic and advanced flight training at Tuskegee Army Airfield. In all, 992 pilots were trained in Tuskegee from 1941 to 1946. 355 were deployed overseas, and 84 lost their lives in accidents or combat. The toll included 68 pilots killed in action or accidents, and 12 killed in training and non-combat missions. On the 29th of March 2007, the Tuskegee Airmen were collectively awarded a Congressional Gold Medal. Following the war, Bob Friend continued a technical career with the Air Force. He worked on major programs, including service as Assistant Deputy of Launch Vehicles, including Titan, Atlas, Delta, and the Space Shuttle. Even today, at age 95, he travels around the country sharing his story, instilling a sense of hope and possibility to young and old alike about how hard work and a strong sense of self can pave the way to your dreams. The American Red Cross has an unwavering commitment to members of the U.S. military, its veterans, and their families, and continues to grow and develop more than a century after Clara Barton first recruited nurses to support the U.S. Army. Just as Colonel Friend broke barriers and overcame obstacles in order to follow his passion, his heart, and his humanity, so it is that we work every day to honor his contributions and service to our country. With deepest gratitude, we offer thanks to you, Bob Friend, for your lifelong service to the United States of America.